Before we start, let me ask you something. Were you the child who was told to act mature even when you were still little? The one who wasn't allowed to cry for too long because you're the eldest? The one who felt responsible, not just for yourself, but for everyone? Here's something most people don't realize. Firstborn children don't just grow up faster. They grow up differently. And that difference quietly shapes their confidence, their anxiety, their relationships, even the way they love. But there's one psychological pattern almost every firstborn develops, and most of them don't even know it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might finally understand parts of yourself that never made sense before. In psychology, there is something called birth order theory, introduced by Alfred Adler. Adler believed that your position in the family deeply influences your personality. The firstborn starts life as the center of attention. For a period of time, they receive full parental focus. But then, something changes. Another child is born, and suddenly, the firstborn experiences what Adler described as dethronement. They are no longer the only one. And without realizing it, they begin adapting. They become more responsible, more careful, more mature. Not because they want to, but because they feel they have to. Firstborn children are often high achievers, organized, protective, rule followers, natural leaders. Why? Because from a young age, they are treated like assistants to their parents. They help with siblings. They are told to set the example. They are expected to know better. Responsibility slowly becomes part of their identity. Many studies suggest firstborns are more likely to take leadership roles and perform strongly academically. But here's the deeper truth. They don't just learn responsibility, they internalize pressure. Here's what people don't talk about. Firstborn children often struggle silently. They develop perfectionism. They fear disappointing others. They feel guilty resting. They struggle to ask for help because their nervous system was trained early to believe if something goes wrong, it's your responsibility. As adults, this can look like taking on too much, difficulty relaxing, controlling tendencies, emotional suppression, people-pleasing. They become the strong one, and the strong one rarely gets asked if they're okay. There can also be subtle differences. Firstborn daughters often step into emotional caretaker roles. They become the second mother. They absorb family tension. They mature very quickly. Firstborn sons often feel performance pressure. They may feel responsible for financial success, for protecting the family name, for achieving stability. In both cases, love becomes linked with responsibility, and that belief can follow them into adult relationships. As adults, firstborns often struggle with vulnerability, prefer control, have high standards, feel responsible for their partner's emotions. They may unconsciously believe, if I stop holding everything together, everything will fall apart. But that belief is learned, not true. If you are a firstborn, here's what you need to hear. You were a child, too. You were never meant to carry adult emotional weight. Responsibility is a strength, but it is not your identity. You are allowed to make mistakes, say no, rest without guilt, ask for help, and be taken care of. Real strength is not carrying everything alone. It's knowing when to put it down. The world often sees the firstborn as the reliable one, the mature one, the strong one. But behind that strength is often a child who learned too early that love must be earned through responsibility. And maybe it's time that child feels safe enough to just exist. If you are the firstborn, this isn't just psychology, it's your story. And healing starts when you finally realize you don't have to be the strong one all the time. If you are the firstborn, comment, "I'm the eldest" below. I want to see how many strong ones are here. And if this video made you feel understood, take 1 second to like it. It helps this message reach someone who needs it. Subscribe for more psychology that explains you better than anyone ever did. Because sometimes, understanding yourself is the beginning of healing.